welcome to my channel. This is Shannon with Savage Shannon. And tonight is Tuesday Night Terror. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Cut me off. I am crazy. It's late. It's 11:30 at night when I'm filming this, so I'm going to try to be not all over the place because I did write and research everything that I am going to talk to you about. Tonight we are talking about the infamous serial killer John Wayne Gacy, also known as Pogo the Clown. This man, when I was young, used to freak me the F out. I mean, he used to scare me. Every time I would look at a clown, I would think about the sick psychopath prick. Okay, I was going to refer to him as a monster, but I think that'll confuse y'all because this is my second time filming this, and yeah. So let's get into this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about his early childhood growing up, and then we will get into some stuff, okay? John Wayne Gacy Jr. was a sick psychopath. Okay, this man was one of the top serial killers of all time, killing a lot of young teenage boys. Yeah, he lived on 8213 West Somerdale Avenue in the West Norwood Park neighborhood of Chicago, okay? That's his family childhood home. He was raised by his father, who was a mechanic, and his mother, who was a housewife. His father was an alcoholic, and he used to beat Gacy every day and call him a sissy and a faggot and all kind of derogatory gay remarks because Gacy was a mama's boy. But, you know, just because you're a mama's boy don't mean you're all them things. Because, you know, but I'm not going to stick up for the monster whatsoever. But child abuse like that's not called for, but that's how his alcoholic father was. He was verbally and physically abusive. He used to physically abuse him in front of his friends, and his friends had said that they've seen him many times hit Gacy with a belt and punch him to be unconscious. So when Gacy was 11 years old, when he was 7 years old, he got caught fondling a girl. And the father said, well, at least I know you're not a sissy. Yes, the father had made that remark to him. So a couple of years went by, and a gardener, a family friend of Gacy's family, a family friend of Gacy's family, a gardener, when Gacy was 9 years old, the gardener fondled and raped Gacy, yes. And 9 years old, Gacy was getting raped by this gardener, and he was given money to shut his mouth. So Gacy basically shut his mouth and didn't tell his family about the rape. So as time went by, the father was still beating him and abusing him. So the father brought Gacy a car, and Gacy moved to another town with the car. He drove out. He said, I'm out of here. See ya. I'm not going to deal with all this abuse. Whatever. I'd leave too. So anyway, Gacy got a job in a mortuary, which put that goofy-ass mother effer in a mortuary that's sick. So he loved to watch the mortician, you know, give the bodies and, you know, embalm the bodies and all of that. And he, was fascinated by that. He was weird, you know what I'm saying? So the mortician caught Gacy in a coffin with a 15-year-old dead boy, fondling the boy and kissing the boy. So the mortician ended up firing Gacy and told him he's a sick prick and he needs help. Yeah, so that's where the goofy shit begins. So all that childhood abuse and all the rape and everything that Gacy endured when he was younger started coming out in his adulthood. Now at this time, Gacy's about 16 years old, okay? So Gacy went to college, okay? After he lost a job as a mortician, you know, assistant, he went to college in 1963. He earned his college degree. I don't know what he got his degree in. I couldn't find it out. I tried to dig deep, and they wouldn't say anything. So he had the perfect life. He married a woman named Marlene Myers, and they had 2 children. And it was in an interview, Gacy would say the perfect life. You know, he had the kid. He was outstanding in his community. Everybody liked him. You know. He was a good husband. He made $50,000. His family owned KFCs. His wife's family owned 3 KFCs. And Gacy managed all 3 of them. So he worked 12 to 14-hour shifts. And he was making $50,000 a year. But in Gacy's basement, Gacy would have parties with employees where they would have prostitutes and they would drink alcohol and use drugs. So Gacy was already starting to shit. The wife would be upstairs with the kids, and Gacy would be in the basement having all these lavish parties with boys and girls. And, you know, there would be young boys down there where Gacy would get high and Gacy would have sex with them. So, Gacy got caught. He raped a 15-year-old boy where he drugged and gave him alcohol, and he raped him for several months. And the 15-year-old finally told on Gacy, and Gacy got caught. And they threw a sentence at him of 10 years, accusing him of sodomy and child abuse. So he got the 10 years, and he got the sentence. And this prick only did 1 year. Can you believe that? He did 1 year because he had good time in jail. He was a cook. He was a model prisoner, and they said that he served his time, you know. But he was evaluated by a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist said, I want to tell you exactly what the psychiatrist said, that he has an antisocial personality disorder. He's unlikely to get help from treatment. He is psychotic in the head. He is delusional, and he has no feelings. That is what the psychiatrist said. So all the while Gacy was in jail for raping this boy, the wife filed for a divorce, and she took the children, and Gacy never saw his kids again. Part of his parole was he had to go live with his mother in Chicago, and he had a 10 o'clock curfew. So the mother let him live with him because she had to. He was a mama's boy anyway. The father had passed while Gacy was in jail his first time. So Gacy didn't have to deal with his father, so it was just him and his mother. And this is where the madness begins, even though it already began by him sodomizing the boy, but this is where the actual killings begin. I don't need that because I already know where I'm going with this. So Gacy would freak with downtown Chicago and pick up runaway boys and bring them back to his house while his mom was sleeping. And he would play music, and he would drug them and get them all high up and sprung out, and he would tie them up and rape them. Put their underwear in their mouth, their actual underwear in their mouth, sodomize them, and then kill them. Okay, cut them up and put them in a crawl space in his basement. Yes, he did this to 34 young. Well, it said this to 44, but he only admitted to 34. Okay, this monster admitted to 34 killings. He didn't only kill prostitutes; he killed boys who had families. He was just a sick, psychopathic teenage boy prowler. Okay, he was sick. He was sick. There's no excuse for that. He also worked as a clown in his parts. He was so phony. He pretended like he was normal. He was a pillar in the community. He worked with the governor. He even met the president's wife and took a picture with her. Yes, this sick prick met the president's wife and took a picture with her. Yes. He worked as pogo to clown. And he went to like hospitals where there were sick children, and he entertained them. He was living this double life, you know, and then at night he was murdering these poor innocent teenage boys, raping them, putting underwear in their mouth, and mutilating, just cutting them up and putting them in his basement crawl space. He did this until he got caught. You know how he got caught was, there was his neighbors would complain about a bad odor coming from the house. It stunk. And the neighbors would go, you know, it stinks in here. Like, what is going on? And Gacy was already on the radar because somebody had told on him. So the cops were already watching him. So anyway, they raided his house and they found all the not all the bodies, but they found bodies in his crawl space. They found boys' watches, boys' IDs, blah, 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 whatsoever. Oh, God, this monster was sick. I could imagine what these poor parents thought, what they must have went through. I have teenage boys, and like I have an adult boy and I have a teenager, and oh Jesus, I feel so bad for the parents of these boys, and I feel so horrible for these poor boys, what they had to endure in this monster's hands. You know what I'm saying? And they had an interview about this that this monster did, and he said, you know, people put me up there with Ted Bundy and all the Jack the Ripper. I'm not like them. My killings were nothing like them, you know, and it was just sick. And when he was executed at the age of 43, his last words were, you know what? They said, what are your last words, John? He said, kiss my ass. Instead of saying, God, please forgive me, he said, kiss my ass. So I hope that sick son of a bitch is rotten in hell for all the horrible things he did to these poor young boys and their families. That sick mother effer. Okay, I'm sorry. It just makes me so mad. I hope I got this video out to you right. I know I'm all over the place. I'm filming this at almost midnight, but I wanted to get it out to y'all. Man, it's just disgusting. But Gacy always, his story never fascinated me. It was just sick how that man could live a normal life in the daytime and a sick life at night. But I guess it tells you what sociopaths and psychopaths could be like, and man. But for more information, you can check out Amazon Prime. Has a show called Gacy, the Killer Clown. You can check that out. I got a lot of information from them, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the content of this sick ass video. It is Terror Tuesday, and yeah. So tomorrow is Wednesday. What up tomorrow? On a better note, I am going to talk about myself a little bit and do a little haul. Dollar Tree haul. Yep, I think I have a Dollar Tree haul tomorrow. Yes, I do. I have a Dollar Tree haul tomorrow. A little small haul with some Shannon tell-all. So I will be telling you a little bit about myself. Yep. And not everything. I'm going to continue on Thursdays for more about me. But yeah, I also have a haul for y'all coming on Thursday. Shannon. Yep, I got me some more Shannon. And what else is going on tomorrow? Well, today in the morning, I go to see a pain management doctor so I can get some help with my pain. So I'm excited about that. And I also get my teethuses, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, so if you like the content of this video, and if you don't think I'm a sick, crazy witch, please hit that like button and subscribe to me, and you'll be notified every time I upload the midnight series. I also do hauls in the daytime, but I basically do these midnight series. And y'all, put your cards in for the giveaway. They're coming in like crazy. I'm so excited. Please, y'all, I want to give a nice giveaway out with some good prizes and some, guess what? Shein. So it's not all Dollar Tree. We got some Shein going in there. And the raffle is actually April 16th. I will be reading everybody's name on the 15th and pulling the name on the 16th. So I can get it out to you before May. Alright, well, that's it for me. I'm going to go. I love y'all. If you like me, you know what to do. I'm not going to say it again. But I love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay sweet. Stay beautiful. Stay safe. And most of all, stay savvy. Until my next video. Good night, y'all. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye.